Hi, my very adorable child-free husband is making this video. So I guess you know what I'm going to be talking about. About 2 years ago, I made a video about being child-free, and I've heard a lot of things in the past 2 years, especially from nosy auntie and uncles that I want to address in the beginning. I am not preaching anybody, or I'm not starting a movement or a revolution about being child-free. I'm not even saying that it's a better option than having a child, or I'm not saying any choice is higher or lower than the other. You're not going to ask someone who has a child why they have a child, right? It's absurd, right? All I'm saying is that if someone does not want to have a child, just don't ask them why they don't. That is it. That is actually the gist of the past video I made, and whatever I'm going to say in this video, that's just the gist of it. Anyway, yeah, what means meaning to you, what means purpose to you, doesn't mean the same things have to mean meaning and purpose for someone else as well, right? I got to know that there is the hashtag DINK, double income no kids. I had no idea about it up until another YouTube channel wanted to feature me about being child free, you know, an Indian woman being child free, and they wanted me to talk about being one of those double income no kids couples. But here's the thing, I didn't even know that such a concept existed, right? And my being child free has nothing to do with my financial situation. I just do not want a child. It's not informed by some financial situation, or it's not informed by biological reasons that, again, going back to aunties and uncles who are so jobless that they are discussing, ooh, the couple might have issues. Just think about it. People who do want to have a child and they're actually facing some biological reason that is stopping them from having a child. Can you even imagine the pain that you're inflicting on them by gossiping and saying all these heartless, inhuman things? Just sit with that thought for a while. When I made the first video, there was this guy from my engineering college who had never spoken to me properly even for 4 minutes in 4 years of engineering, who came back after 12 years into my life and made a comment about me alluding to population, human population on the planet being too much. Here's the thing, the rate of population might be going down in a few countries, but that doesn't mean we as a species are in the limit that we need to be in terms of numbers, right? We are already too crowded on this planet. Again, I'm not preaching anybody or even implying that we should stop having children. Hey, for those of you who do have children and who want your children to have children, some of us not wanting to have a child is actually a good thing, right? There'll be fewer people to compete for resources with. So think about it again for a minute before you assume moral high ground where it might be very lonely after a point. Another very important thing I want to address that I saw in a lot of comments, and a lot of people started congratulating me for being anti-natalist. Here's the thing, I am no anti or for anything. I don't want to make it sound cool just because you're associating it with an idea or a principle or anything. I'm not making this a moral issue in the first place, so there is nothing to be congratulated for. I'm not preaching and propagating the idea and telling other couples and other individuals to not have children. I am not anti-natalist. Now, coming to another point that a lot of people made in the comment section, legacy. What will happen to your legacy? I lead the most extraordinarily boring life and I love it. I don't consider myself too important. Even the earth is a speck of dust in the larger scheme of things. So I don't care what happens to my things or few things I own or things that I might have worked on in my lifetime. After I die, how does it matter anyway? I won't know what's happening whatsoever. However, if you do want to talk about legacy, for some of us, more than having a child, there are other things that make us more happy, and it's just the way we are built, the way we organically are wired, okay? I'm, for example, working on restoring a very rare book that will live on for, say, another 400, 500 years if people are still reading at that point. For me, that means more than making a child. It's just the way it is for me, and it's very normal, it's very organic. At this point, I want to again remind you of this amazing, calm and composed rumination that anyone perhaps might have ever done on being child-free. It's a TED Talk by Vicky McLeod, who says, our legacies need not be just biological. It's a wonderful thought, very profound. So before you start judging others just because they are not making the choices that you have made in your life, just sit with that thought for a while. Again, there is no need for any of us to go Sigmund Freud on others who are making unconventional choices. And there's one more thing, there's no need to be passive aggressive. I've had women write to me saying, oh, when I was working on my PhD, I thought my paper was my baby, but then I found love. How did you just assume with just one video that a 34-year-old Indian woman does not have love in her life? So stop assuming things, and even if be that as it may, I love myself too much to care about what other people are doing and why they're spending so much time on other women's uterus and the choices they're making about wanting or not wanting a child. Listen, there is no need to feel threatened, or there is no point in getting worked up if someone is making choices that we have not made in our life, right? There is no need to take it personally, especially because someone just put out one video about it. We don't know anything about that person, and there is no need to feel threatened whatsoever because your choices would have made you happy. So let us just let each other be. So anyway, like I said, the Earth, the planet Earth itself is a speck of dust when you consider the whole cosmos and the Earth's place in it, right? So I think at the end of it, considering tectonic times and cosmic time scales, I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Sorry, I forgot one more thing. To people who have made the same choice of being child-free, I just want to give a shout out. I don't think we should feel pressured by people who have no other better thing to do in their life. If being child-free is what makes you happy, there is no need to feel guilty about it, even if others are trying to make you feel guilty. And if you're happy and having terrific fun, enjoy it. You're not alone in this choice. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Rant over for now. Hopefully, I'll see you again very soon.